Wednesday, April 12th, regular class. We get farther into outsiders. Let's see, blah, I don't care about that. So your camp group info, all the stuff you guys keep asking me as far as camp stuff goes, I cover that tomorrow. What I will tell you is, if you have spent over 10 B points, you won't get your stuff until Friday after school. If you are below 10 B points, you won't get your stuff till Friday after school. If you are a kid that is standing because you are missing stuff, it'll probably be Friday after school unless you get stuff turned in. When I tell you your information, I tell you what group you're in, not who is in your group. There is a key difference. So you are just going to get a list that says you are in group S, bus 5, cabin 12, table 10. You won't know who's in your group until you go talk to your friends. And you'll have to go to your friends and go, hey, I'm in group S. What group are you in? And they'll go group T, and you'll go sadness, and you go talk to someone else. So that is how the group information works. You won't know everyone in your group until you get to camp on Monday and you walk over to your group and you look around and see everybody else. You should at least know a couple people because you're going to go through your friend list, and you should have at least one of your friends in your group unless you're a special child. And so then you can find it out from there. Unless, again, that way it prevents the kids who are standing from just being like, oh, I'm just going to have my friends tell me. Your friends won't know either. So it'll just be you having to wait. Quinn?
Why don't you just put a list of who's in your group?
I just answered that. Then, as we go through the service for tomorrow, during best, please have multiple selections when you guys are going to be doing your day of service thing, because a lot of kids are all wanting to do the same ones. Because I've had a lot of kids saying like they're wanting to do Miss Zeller's group. The problem is it's limited to 25 kids.
Who said that?
Apparently not you. The way it works out is it's sort of like trying to get concert tickets. When it unlocks tomorrow during best, 300 7th graders all log on at the same time trying to get the one thing they want. And if those 300 all try to go for one thing, it fills up quickly. And so there is every chance by the time you get logged in, your first choice will be taken. And then you're going to have to go to your second choice, third choice. So that's why you want to have multiple ones that you want to jump to. You may want to have access to phone so that you can text a friend and be like, hey, I can't get into the one we wanted to do. I have to jump to a different one. And then you can try to jump and go to a different one. I just want to help you guys get into the one you want to be in as opposed to you being sad. Fitz.
I don't know anything about this. Like,
Me
what did
either.
people talk about this?
Yeah, I was not here the day they were talking about it.
Yeah.
During fourth period.
Mrs. Cornett. Yeah, Mrs. Cornett definitely didn't do
So what you can do if you don't know anything about this, if you go on to Canvas, on Canvas you have to go to the library, and there is the link on the library. Go to library and then go to modules. And it has a listing of all the different things you can choose from on there. If you're not sure, see me at the end of class and I can show you how to find it, and then you're going to pick which one you want to do from there.
Ow! I already know about
Move.
Aren't you giving free pizza to people?
No, they have to pay for it. But they bring in money and I will order the pizza.
Aren't you doing the rock thing?
I am doing the rock thing,
Why'd you
yes.
tell us?
Yeah, how
You
come
could-
you told their period?
It says it on the thing.
Because it says it on the thing.
But you didn't want to tell us yesterday.
Yeah, because most kids are too dumb to look it up. So I was just banking on you guys being dumb.
So you
told
told
How many people is that?
That can do it? 25.
Marco's
I think they're all set around 25.
Yours is-
Really?
yours is
Now,
filled
there's
up.
one
Nine, that's why I was trying to tell people ahead of time. What?
Yeah, there's two that are
There's
eating.
one that's
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah. Go, because some of them, like if you're going out, like outside cleaning outside, they can take more. If you're in a classroom, you're limited to how many you can do.
It's called like video something.
Jahid.
Marco's Pizza?
Right, you're not in my group. Yes.
What if
Oh.
if you give me like 2 minutes, can I go to the house to see it?
Can you go do what one?
Can I go to the library campus page and see it in 2 minutes?
Sure.
Can I too?
Sure. I'll be nice to you.
Can I look?
Sure. I'm not being mean. You can be quick if you guys did not get a chance to look already.
Look what?
I'd much rather you look it up and try to find out. They're trying to find the information for the
I have my
day of
earbuds.
service. Yes, dear.
What's the other one that has 55?
I don't know. I've not. I can,
The
don't.
blanket something with.
I already know that one.
Why would someone want to go in a creek and pick up trash?
And then the other 55 one is like, it's like a
The
rock.
creek stoppers.
People on strong strings.
The frog collectors.
Wait, can I look at the one?
They do.
That's what I'm letting people do for a second.
Like Miss Cornett was like, you all go on campus and look in the.
You do something better. Are you down anything?
You guys are all doing the same thing.
Problem solved. Book-wise, just to keep you guys in the loop on this one. Every day that you don't have your book, it costs you 3 B points. Every day that I have your book because you've lost it is going to cost you 1 B point. So the reason being is I found out the hard way when I didn't charge a B point, kids would deliberately leave their book in my room so that I would have to store it for them. So now I have to charge a 1 B point storage fee because of the dumb kids from the past. Now, here's also where it's going to impact you. If I have your book, like today I had Quinn's book sitting behind my desk because I had found it in the hallway yesterday. If you show up and I have your book and I say hold up a book and you're holding up a book, that means you're holding up someone else's book. So now you're lying to me. So that means I charge you the 3 points for not having your book and 3 points for lying to me. So just giving you a heads up, if I find out that you are using someone else's book, I charge you 6 points. So I just want to tell you guys ahead of time. Now, if you know for positive you left your book at home and you go and borrow someone else's book, you'll probably get away with it because I'm not going to have your book and you'll probably be safe. But I want to avoid the issue we had with the Shadow Club, and we had lots of kids who just kept taking other kids' books. So I figured now if you look inside your book, you should be able to see it has your name. Hopefully that cuts down on some of our issues. Hi, Fitz.
What if you hurt your book?
Right. Moon?
Right.
The link is not working.
Right. Zobo?
Right.
You have to go to modules.
The thing for the kids standing. It's not you. It just says to get your book turned in or you have to keep standing. She already knew that, so that's why I got to skip it. No. Not. So, by the way, one of the reasons why I don't record this class is not because you're bad. It's because you guys slow us up with questions. It is not an attacking thing. It's just that's a lot of times why I don't want to record because you guys just ask and talk about a lot of random things. That's why you guys don't get recorded. I don't want you guys to think it's because you're bad. It's not that. You guys just tend to ask random questions over and over and over and over again. We got to page 4 yesterday. I have 2 show and tell things we're going to try and get to today. Fingers crossed. So now we're going to get a chance. Our 2 minutes, I think, have passed of you getting a chance to look up those things.
Wait, it wasn't working on my phone.
That's fine. As long as you know how to get to it, you can do it. You
I
have.
can't read it.
Well, then try squinting.
Who's clutch?
She's a science teacher.
For the stars team. So we did this guy. Why do you know his voice?
Because
There you go.
maple syrup.
And then
Oh.
not maple syrup.
Dressing.
Pizza
There you go.
sauce.
It's like maple syrup for
Pizza.
salad. There you go. There you go.
Oh,
Yes.
salad sauce. They have good pizza.
I said pizza sauce.
Actually, he does make pizza sauce too. That's a separate thing. But he does make that.
It's good pizza.
And, ooh, do you remember the name of the group of kids that
Greasers.
That's the done. Greaser.
Grease.
The name of the kids that are beating them up?
Sauce.
Oh, good job again. See, again, you catch
So
up.
Elvis
Sauces.
Presley. Sauces.
Yeah, they're going to talk about Elvis Presley, and then
And
or
then
socks
the golf
or
and tennis
socias.
Who's
Then we
talking
had
to you?
just gotten to the red Corvair, but we had not gotten to him getting beat up yet.
He got jumped.
Correct. Page 4, that last paragraph at the bottom.
It was a stick up.
I was sweating something. Wait.
Oh.
So I don't have to interrupt in a second. They're going to talk about 2 things. I just go ahead and do it now. They're going to talk about getting into a fight and busting a pop bottle. They don't mean plastic ones that you get nowadays, but if you ever go out and get like the root beer and the glass bottles, this is what they use in the book to hurt each other. They pick up bottles, smash them, and they stab each other a lot. So they're going to talk about.
Smashed on their head. I've had coke.
You don't smash it on your own head, but you don't.
No, their head.
Normally, what you do is you smash it on the ground first, and then it has jagged edges, and then
So
you
they're
stab
trying to
somebody.
kill them?
Yes.
You know that rocket fist?
There's a lot of anger in this book, and that's a lot of what we're getting into. They're also going to talk about where he is currently getting ready to get beat up is an empty lot, which is just an empty area in a neighborhood. I used to live in Woodbury, which is right over here, where they have like sections where you could build a house, but there is no house. That's what an empty lot is. And so that's where they hang out in the book. They're going to refer to the empty lot a lot. Oh, one last thing. They're going to talk about them wearing this outfit called Madras. I did not know what Madras was, so I Googled it. this is what Madras looks like. It was really popular. About 10 years ago, Aeropostale brought it back and it became really popular again for a while.
Aeropostale?
I don't know, Aeropostale. I pronounce it the French way.
I'm wearing
That
that
shirt right now,
pants.
I love that face.
Mr. Brovicast.
Aeropostale.
I thought it was like plaid or something.
Yeah, plaid's a little bit different. Like
It looks
what
like
Quinn
that
has
one.
is plaid, which is more like a basic
Where's
muted.
that one right there?
That one right there. It's close to it, yeah. I don't know. I just Googled Madras.
It's literally the same exact thing.
Alright. I was sweating something fierce. Although I was cold, I could feel my palms getting clammy and the perspiration running down my back. I get like that when I'm real scared. I glanced around for a pop bottle or a stick or something. Steve Randall, Soda's best buddy, he once held off 4 guys with a busted pop bottle. But there was nothing. So I just stood there like a bump on a log while they surrounded me. I don't use my head. They walked around, slowly, silent, smiling. Hey, Grease, one said in an over-friendly voice. We're gonna do you a favor, Greaser. We're gonna cut all that long, greasy hair off. He had on a Madras shirt. I can still see it. Blue Madras. One of them laughed and then cussed me out in a low voice. I couldn't think of anything to say. There just isn't a whole lot you can say while waiting to get mugged, so I just kept my mouth shut. Need a haircut, Greaser? The medium-sized blonde pulled a knife out of his back pocket, flipped the blade open. I finally thought of something to say. No! I was backing up, away from that knife. Of course, I backed right into one.
Mr. Brovicast.
Broviac.
Yes, fine, go for it. They had me down in a They had me down in a second. They had my arms and legs pinned down, and one of them was sitting on my chest with his knees on my elbows. And if you don't think that hurts, you're crazy. I could smell English leather shaving lotion and stale tobacco. I wondered foolishly if I would suffocate before they did anything. I was scared so bad I was wishing I would. I fought to get loose and almost did for a second. And then they tightened up on me. The one on my chest slugged me a couple times. So I lay still, swearing at them between gasps. A blade was held against my throat. How'd you like that haircut to begin just below the chin? Do you know what they're telling him they're going to do? It occurred to me then, they could kill me. I went wild. I started screaming for soda, dairy, anyone. Someone put his hand over my mouth and I bit it as hard as I could, tasting blood running through my teeth. I heard a muttered curse and got slugged again. And then they were stuffing a handkerchief in my mouth. One of them kept saying, "Shut him up, for Pete's sake, shut him up!" And then there were shouts and the pounding of feet, and the socius jumped up and just left me lying there, gasping. I lay there and wondered what the world was happening. People were jumping over me and running by me, but I was too dazed to figure it out. And then someone had me under the armpits and was hauling me to my feet. It was Derry. "You all right, pony boy?" He was shaking me, and I wished he'd stop. I was dizzy enough anyway. I could tell it was Derry, though, partly because of the voice, and partly because Derry's always rough with me, without meaning to be. "I'm okay. Quit shaking me, Derry. I'm okay." He stopped instantly. "I'm sorry." He wasn't really. Derry isn't ever sorry for anything he does. Time out. This is where we get to my first show and tell. When they're holding him down with the knees on his arms, do you guys know what slugging someone means?
Yeah.
Wait.
Punching him. So he says there's 2 things he can smell. Did you catch what those 2 things are?
Shaving lotion.
Tobacco's one, shaving lotion's the other. I did not bring in tobacco. You'll have to use your own. But I did bring in English leather shaving lotion. So I put it onto little cotton balls. Steve-O, you had a question? Yeah, that's fine.
I have another question.
Mhm.
So the people jumping him left?
Yes, because while they were beating him up, his friends came running up and chased them off.
I thought it was just one.
One friend?
Yeah.
No, well, at the moment it is. All he sees is one. In
Oh.
the next paragraph, all the rest of them come running back. I'm gonna, home children, if you want to get really close, you can smell it. I'm gonna come around so you guys can give a smell because I put a couple drops on here earlier. This is what he's smelling him when they're holding him down. This was sort of like their version of cologne. So this is like old person cologne. It was sort of like
It smells like a retirement home. It smells good. It smells like a Thai restaurant. It doesn't smell bad. It smells like a Thai restaurant.
I have been.
It smells like a Thai restaurant. It smells like
the person who smokes, but they don't.
Oh, I got it. It smells like. It smells like. What's that one gross eating Jelly Belly? Guys, what's that one disgusting flavor in Jelly Bellies? Do you know?
I've been told it smells like grandpas and barbershops.
It smells like my
What
uncle.
is that?
It doesn't
flavor
smell
of
that
Jelly
bad. Why
Belly?
would people use that as a cologne?
It smells like a Thai restaurant.
We get it.
Stop saying that.
It just reminds me of Mr. Brovicast. It smells like jelly beans.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it smells like shaving cream. The bad flavor.
Mr. Brovicast. It's like a person who smokes, but they keep up with their hygiene.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, this was what they used to attract the ladies. So after class, if a guy wants to get a little splash, you can come by. I can give you a little splash. I am not responsible for any women that may come at you, but you're more than welcome to one if you would like some.
Are you actually gonna give it to me?
Yeah, I've had kids take a little splash before.
You splash my hair.
Well, you got to
Was it Jehovah?
It was not Jehovah.
Let me get a
Back to him. He stopped instantly. I'm sorry. He wasn't really. Derry isn't ever sorry for anything he does. It seems funny to me that he should look just exactly like my father and act exactly the opposite from him. My father was only 40 when he died, but he looked 25. And a lot of people thought Derry and Dad were brothers instead of father and son, but they only looked alike. My father was never rough with anyone without meaning to be. Derry is 6 feet 2, broad-shouldered, muscular, dark brown hair that kicks out in front with a slight cowlick in the back, just like Dad's. But Derry's eyes are his own. If the cowlick is when your hair sticks up. Alfalfa. Yeah. So little, he's like the one that you know the best. Has like a little antenna. But basically, it's anytime you have hair that like when you
That
can't
always
get it to
happens.
stick down.
Do you think he'll be like that one?
I don't know.
I have a cowlick in the morning. I have to put a ton of water in the back, or it sticks up, looks like a rooster. I feel the same
You
way.
take a shower in the morning?
No, at night. He's got eyes like 2 pieces of pale blue-green ice. They've got a determined set to them, like the rest of them. He looks older than 20. Tough, cool, smart. He'd be real handsome if his eyes weren't so cold. He doesn't understand anything that's not plain, hard fact. But he uses his head. I sat down again, rubbing my cheek where I'd been slugged the most. Derry jammed his fist in his pockets. They didn't hurt you too bad, did they? They did. I was smarting and aching, and my chest was sore, and I was so nervous. My hands were shaking, and I wanted to start bawling, but you just don't say that to Derry. I'm okay. Soda Pop came loping back. By then, I'd figured that all that noise I'd heard was the gang coming to rescue me. He dropped down beside me, examining my head. You got cut up a little, huh, pony boy? I looked at him blankly. I did? He pulled out a handkerchief, wet the end of it with his tongue, and then pressed it gently against the side of my head. You're bleeding like a stuck pig. I am? Look. He showed me the handkerchief, reddened as if by magic. Did they pull a blade on you? I remember the voice. Need a haircut, greaser? The blade must have slipped while he was trying to shut me up. Yeah. Now, Soda, he is handsomer than anyone else I know. Not like Derry. Soda's like a movie star kind of handsome. The kind that people stop on the street to watch go by. He's not as tall as Derry, a little slimmer, but he has a finely drawn, sensitive face that somehow manages to be reckless and thoughtful at the same time. He's got dark gold hair that he combs back, long, silky, and straight. In the summer, the sun bleaches it to a shining wheat gold. His eyes are dark brown, lively, dancing, recklessly laughing eyes that could be gentle and sympathetic one moment and blazing with anger the next. He has dad's eyes, but Soda, one of a kind. He could get drunk in a drag race or dancing without ever getting near alcohol. In our neighborhood, it's rare to find a kid who doesn't drink once in a while. But Soda, he just never touches a drop. He doesn't need to. He kind of gets drunk on just plain living, and he understands everybody. He looked at me more closely. I looked away hurriedly, because if you want to know the truth, I was starting to bawl. I knew I was as white as I felt, and I was shaking like a leaf. And there we'll stop. Give you guys time to pack up. We are a little behind, shocker. So tomorrow I may not be able to answer as many of your questions as you may have.
What's it? Oh, sounds like